Hello everyone. In the previous episode we saw what are outliers, the definition, and also we found the ways how to identify the outlier using the quartile concept, IQR, quartile 1 and quartile 3. If you want, you can go back to that episode and review that once. In this episode we are going to see how do we handle the outliers. So before understanding that, let us again go back to the definition. So outlier is an observation in a data sample which lies abnormally too far away from the majority of the data. So this is a general definition of the outlier. That means what is an outlier. Now what is the problems having an outlier? Outliers will mostly hamper the statistical measures like mean, deviation, standard deviations and things like that. That will impact some of our calculations. Outliers make the data skewed. That is also a problem for us. Outliers make the other data samples, which are really important, sometimes it makes very insignificant because outliers usually have very high value, either negative or positive. It makes the other samples insignificant. And most importantly, as a machine learning engineers, it influences our machine learning models due to their magnitude. That's why we need to handle them. So let's find out what are the ways to handle the outliers. So there are multiple ways of doing it. First way is to just delete that record. It's easy. Find an outlier, remove the entire record. Another way of doing is take the value of an outlier and replace it with either 0 or mean or none or something like that. Or what you can do, you can use something called as robust scaler, which is there in scikit-learn, to scale our data, which will handle the outliers automatically. Another option is to manually handle the outliers case by case, taking the business help, because business people will have better understanding of whether this is an outlier, whether we should handle it or we can keep it or whatever it is. These are the 4 ways of handling the outlier. Now, why we should have 4 ways? Each and everything has some kind of advantages and disadvantages. Let us find out some of the disadvantages of each and every method to handle the outlier. So these are some of the disadvantages. Deleting the outlier will definitely make to lose some of the important information. Replacing with 0 or mean will create the wrong data because that is not it meant to be. And robust scaler, what happens is when we use it, it will scale the data in a way that we might not be expected. So there might be some kind of outliers which are meant to be there, but you are removing them. Not removing, but you are changing the data itself. That might affect the data information. Not very clean way of doing it, but still that is one of the ways of doing it. Handling it case to case basis makes it too difficult to handle the outliers, because outliers, for every time we cannot go back to the business and talk to them, and there might be some handful of outliers, whether to keep them or not, which column belong to what. So this is very manually doing it is a very big problem, and that is not the way we want to do. These are some of the disadvantages. So in the next episode, let us try to use the robust scaler and see how does it work for one of our datasets. Thank you for watching.